It's looked pretty hot recently, kind of rose up in the NA scene as they kept their roster together while everyone else is shuffling. Got that E-League spot in Vegas. Looked good to see those Season 8 land in November, but looked a bit shaky at the minor. So far on the LCQ, they took care of business against TSM. Now they need to go ahead and take care of business against Winterfox to get to that final. As we are going to go live here on Cobble, it will be OpTic starting out on the CT side. Winterfox going to be attacking first. Quick roster rundown for OpTic. It is Stanislaw, Naf, Dats, Russian Shazam. For Winterfox, it is XP3, Desi, Lex, Flowsick, and Anger, as we will take it away here to kick things off. It looks like Winterfox will throw a couple of numbers at B to make some noise, but that bomb is held up at mid, but Rush has his eye on it.
Yeah, they want to bait out Rush here at Long A, who's currently playing towards that area. I'm not sure if he's spotted him right now because they're playing passively at behind a statue towards T-spawn for Winterfox. So we're still waiting for Desi and Anger to still make the noise. The decoys have been thrown. They're still trying to get this pick, but Navfly has a better position on that platform on the B side. Because of that, then, they're just going to decide to execute towards Long. The rotation's coming through as well. They're falling back from B for Winterfox as well, and it's Lex going to be on a 1v1 there. They're going to rotate back towards mid and go for this mid to Long A maybe. No, they're going to walk back towards B.
Yeah, they are going to start drifting back in that direction here, including the bomb carrier. But no, now the bomb's coming up mid-slope.
They're going to play drop to pinch back inside A.
Yep. Be the case. At least LR is Desi just trying to hold numbers at B. That could be the case. They're trying to prevent the rotation. And with that kill, that's really going to kind of force OpTic to scramble back towards the B side. They're not really sure what to expect now. They don't really have any intel. They haven't got any eyes on mid-room or at the Long A tunnel. So they're not really sure what they're up against just yet.
Yeah, so they didn't even go for the drop. They're going to rotate back towards mid. They're committing towards this A-bomb right now, but there's 3 guys inside from the CT side. Can the green wall coming in effect? Shazam is still alive, finally picked off by XP3. Stanislaus by himself in the back of the site, finally picked off, and they're going to come in for this bomb plan courtesy of Lex. It's a 3 versus 1 with Daps rotating all the way from B at the mid connector. He's up against Desi and Anger with the crossfire set up inside this little cabin and also towards the balcony of the A side. So it's a 1 versus 1 there. Desi wins that fight against Daps, and the pistol round comes in favor of Winterfox.
I mean, it was just Winterfox kind of dancing around, trying to manipulate the rotates of OpTic. Desi being able to get that kill on the long B platform certainly helped out. It kind of forced OpTic to respect it, keep some numbers towards B, which helped Winterfox a little bit more on having a slightly easier time entering in on the A site. Just some great pistol work, though, from guys like Desi and XP3 to make sure that that round was successful. And so Winterfox off to a good start here on OpTic's map pick. We are going to see, of course, OpTic just saving up 1 armor onto Naf. They do have some P250s, 1 CZ on Stanislaw, as we are going to see our Winterfox guys over here just once again kind of spread out, looking for aggression, just playing patient for now, not committed to anything too crazy just yet, looking to see if they can't find some free kills.
Again, we mentioned it. They don't invest that much into armor. Rush gets spotted. He's tied down to 77, but could not connect with Desi, who was looking towards that drop with the Mag-10. So a little bit more map control right now in terms of taking control of that drop, but they're not committing inside that as of yet. They're expecting for OG to actually push out aggressively. Shazam did so. He's down to 57. Anger's going to try to go for the trade, and he's going to get the entry kill inside B. Navfly behind that tree, spots Anger. XP3's going to try to move out, but it's still going to be Anger with another entry coming through. Mag-10 going to work inside drop, and the last 2 guys are now stuck inside connector. 1 down, the second one caught, and it's going to be Daps one more time. Last man standing.
Yeah, 1 versus 4. He's not going to be able to really find too much here, is he? Just kind of holding out by the connector, seeing if he can't pick up an exit, but Flowsick will take him out. And it's Winterfox, you know, getting through these 2 rounds pretty clean, not losing too many numbers, not forcing up a lot of rebuys, holding on to these AKs. It's going to allow them to build up some bank. And OpTic, in the meantime, of course, having to take another save here before the opening gun round, which means Winterfox is well on their way to a 3-0 start here on Cobble. And certainly good news. I feel like T-side is kind of the side where you get the bulk of your rounds on this map nowadays. And so that means Winterfox is, you know, starting out in the right direction.
Yeah, especially with the addition of this drop zone, you're actually adding a lot more to a lot more angles to cover here for the CT side. So you're most likely to split towards and focus more towards this B side, and then leave an A side a little bit more weaker. But the rotation is still a lot faster for this map for the CTs to come through. But if you commit towards any of the sides and overtake it without any trades, it makes it a lot harder for the rotations to come through, whether it be from B to A or vice versa. The end of the day now for this round, the bomb is dropped intentionally because these guys are just mowing and plowing as they're coming through from all angles at mid and B. So that's 3 unanswered rounds and lots of economy built up here for Winterfox since they haven't lost that many players in the past 3 rounds.
Now the guns are going to be out, and that's where Winterfox is going to have a little bit of a different challenge. There's a key matchup to keep your eye on, which is going to be Long B. That's a realm where Desi and Anger are going to be hanging out for Winterfox looking for entries, which means that the main players for that region, which are going to be guys like Naf and Dats, are really going to have to step it up. But it's also important to note that this round Shazam is an op in mid. He's going for that counter boost pick at drop down, I think, and then he'll drift over into the B side, as it is going to be a quick B hit, and Rush just gets ripped by Flowsick. Shazam responds with the trade, but Flowsick just keeps stepping out. He's finding more and more. It's even trades, as his bomb hasn't gotten to the site quite yet, though.
Because Shazam's still alive at the statue, draws the bomb here. It's a 2 versus 2 to try to hunt him down, but support comes in from Stanislaw. 2 versus 1. Can Lex clutch it now? The bomb is down on the top of the platform because we had some nice entries from Flowsick, but counter flashes came through to try to pop it out for Flowsick to try to come across, but actually blinded him and slowed things down a bit and gave more time and a chance for Shazam to stay alive and hold that. All that because they haven't taken out Shazam. They have to nullify him.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like, Shazam was going to go for that boosted pick at drop down, he likes to do that early on in games with that AWP, but when he heard all those footsteps, he knew, okay, it's actually a long B rush, so I just need to focus on that. And I mean, because he was already looking to do his pick at drop, he was right in the area to be at the right place at the right time and collect all those kills, as the op's very powerful at defending B. That's why you've even seen some teams, like CLG, for instance, even like dedicate the op to B. And look, Shazam's going to B again, so not playing his classic role as like an A rotator. He's actually left that duty elsewhere to really focus up on defending this B bomb site. It's actually Daps who swapped over. He usually plays a long B platform for this team. Now watching the slope, as we are going to see Winterfox gearing up once again over towards this B bomb site. They're going to have to get past Shazam again.
So far, you don't really see Flowsick playing this lurker role. It's actually counting on Flowsick and Anger to get entries as well with Desi, but it looks like Flowsick decides to fall back here and is going to work back towards his mid side. But Anger is now towards his broken wall, trying to see if he could fight against Shazam and AK versus an op, because you don't have an AWP in the hands of anybody right now on T side. XP3 is all the way across the map at mid, trying to see if any push is going to be happening, and it's going to be Stanislaw slowly moving there. And as he creeps a little bit more towards long, you see the stack happening more towards his B side, so technically things are looking well for Winterfox. They just have to get the opening here with Desi trying to get one into the drop zone.
Right, so see that one player is going to be Desi lurking around at the drop. He does actually pick up Rush. He's usually the guy watching that drop down for OG. He was that time, but he fell short.
Oh, look at Stan.
Yeah, that's a big catch there, though, pushing out. He's normally the A bomb side anchor. He tries to get a little bit aggressive this time, and it pays off, but Winterfox are going to be able to start making their way to the site through the slope.
Flowsick loses that fight. Thanks for a support from Naf, though. We still have one lurking inside B. It's going to be Anger. He's going to come face to face against Shazam. Op shot missed, but 2 guys still in connector. He gets the first one at the dops. The bomb is planted inside B, though. Can he win this one? He does, though. That clears it out. It's a 3 versus 2. Naf stuck now inside the cabin. Stanislaw up at mid. At least Naf evens it up on a 2 versus 2. Stanislaw still winning here as Lex is going to peek out, gets the headshot, and Nafwai gets the op kill as well. It's a 1 versus 1. XP3 with the AK coming in towards spammable wall. And he's in a great position actually right now at long. Bomb is actually planted for him as well. But Nafwai does have a kit. He can go for the fake defuse. XP3 going for the nades. And he gets the touchdown.
I think the key kills there, though, are actually from Anger, man. Like, the impact that had was massive. Like, you could see that Shazam and company were really, aware that he was on the flank, but they couldn't do anything about it. And then when he gets those 2 kills, you're even further forcing them to pay attention to you, which means less time focused on the site, more time for that bomb to tick away. And so Winterfox escapes another round, thanks large in part to the backstab there from Anger, as well as just a good performance from the rest of the squad as well. XP3 had a big part in that also. And now we're going to see OpTic back onto a save again. Default setup for the most part here, though, still not making really any adjustments, as Winterfox are just going to spread out. They know the economic situation. They're waiting for aggression, just kind of hanging out and chilling.
Well, they do have CCs and P250s. They dink Anger down to 9 HP, though. Flowsick about to peek through, and they do have a stack at mid. If they're going to try to bring this fight against Daps on the other side of mid doors, Stanislaw is just waiting there with the CZ. That could turn things around right away. Oh, nice spam, though. Flowsick spots him with that peek. Don't know why Stanislaw did that, actually, and spams him through the door, headshot, and takes him down.
This is not looking good, but look at Naf. He actually gets a kill and picks up an AK, so that makes things a bit more dangerous. And Daps is waiting. Will they check him? They will, but he's able to get 1 kill first, and he's also done a lot of damage here to Anger. Down to 9 HP. Lex trying to save the day, trying to make sure that this is secured. Has been able to get the man advantage back, but Naf putting this AK to work that he picked up. He's now got a 1v2. See if he can do it this time around.
He spots XP3. Toss the bomb carrier, 1 versus 1. At least Lex is going to be able to pick up this bomb. Has a flash to it, like it's with a knife in his hands! And Nafly spams it with a 4K for that round for OpTic Gaming. And this is what I'm talking about. Winterfox known to lose against Ecos, and OpTic Gaming, on the other hand, very strong with pistol buys, no armor, and that's exactly what happened. They had 2 CZs, 3 P250s, no armor. And I don't know how many times Winterfox always get caught with a nade, with a knife, or with a bomb in their hands when they're trying to rotate across.
It was even odd to see the bomb out in that area.
Yeah.
You know, to just be kind of in the front of the site. That's just easy pickings for Naf instead of being in cover. So that really hurt him there. And now Winterfox are forced to be on the back foot with the save. They do have that 1 AK on XP3. They do have a few deagles. They got armor. They have nades. Looks like they want to go for that heavy long B execute. Who's going to be in the area? It's none other than Shazam. He's still playing this statue area with the AWP. He's still got support as well from Naf and Rush. They even already have kind of a rotation going on a 4th player, as Dats has already made his way into the drop-down room to relieve Rush and allow him to focus a bit more on the long B platform. So if this is going to be a B hit, they don't cause any disturbance to force Dats to fall back to A. This is not looking good.
And here's the standard for Winterfox, forcing a buy, going with 2 deagles, Rush about to peek out, but they have no idea that Daps is just under. They're going to try to set up for the trade. XP3 here is the first one, trying to get it done, manages to do so, but he comes out of it with 34 HP, so that's going to hurt a lot. They have to get more than that, actually, because they did go for the force buy, which could put them at a safe situation should they lose this one. 50 seconds left on the clock. They're all gathered up here at the drop zone and also outside the B spawn. So they still have to try to win against Shazam's defense with the AWP. XP3 is still going to work here at the drop zone, but it's going to be OG Rush that's going to take the upper hand.
Now just Anger and Flowsick left. Make that just Anger here. He does pick up an M4, but gets caught. And that's just OpTic being able to cheat early, leaving Stanislaw alone. They trust Stanislaw so much to anchor that A bomb site. It allows him like quick shifts like that to get Daps in position to assist B. And they just ran like a really good bait setup at drop to get an initial kill. And then, I mean, Shazam's been on point with the op since he's had it. Nas also been playing particularly well. He's one of the other main B-bomb site defenders, and so far he's been on point. And so, like as you said, Winterfox not making the force buy work are going to have to take a save here. And in a game where they had like a nice little lead going on, up 4-1, OpTic's already about to tie this thing back up from the CT side of Cabo nonetheless.
Still, so far, 4 rounds out of 7 is actually quite good for Winterfox to start things off on this first map. This round, though, they lose 1 early on. Stanislaw already spotted Anger, finally manages to get all of his bullets in to get the kill, but Dab's there for the support at mid as well with the MP9, and gets a second one, and even a third.
I mean, the repercussions of losing that anti-eco are still, you know, in effect here for Winterfox. They're still feeling it. They finally get back to a full purchase, but it's at the cost of allowing OpTic to tie the game back up already, despite their you know, early start. That was quite good for them. So let's see what they can do now. They have an op in XP3's hands. I think this is the first time he's had it so far this game. So let's see if we can put it to use here, as he is going to be coming out to middle right now, looking to see if anyone's going to push long A. Normally Shazam would be doing things like this, but he hasn't at all this game. He's been pretty much dedicated to B.
It's still going to stay very calm, though, because of those smokes that are happening towards the B entrance. Now drop zone all over the map, actually. You see it towards mid and at long as well. So that's a lot of smokes actually utilized from the CT side. At least they still have incendiary grenades to work with, to still try to dwindle down the timer of that clock. But this is actually a little bit better for Winterfox to try to get more map positioning and control here for the T side.
I can already tell you, I was watching a lot of OpTic Gaming demos from like Civo and different events they've played Cobble on recently, and they've completely changed up their CT side. Like Daps and Shazam have completely swapped. I think that's throwing XP3 off, who's thinking he's going to get some op duels at mid, and he didn't get them. And so now, like, time's ticking away. They haven't found any picks they thought they might get, and now they have to just try to run an execute against this B-bomb site, possibly, where Shazam and company's been defending quite well. They also could still wind up going A.
Yeah,
they don't really have any intel.
They have 2 smokes to work with to try to smoke out towards that connector side and towards spawn to give him a chance to do so, and flashes as well. So this is going to be big right now. Daps has to go ham with the MP9, manages to get the first one here, trying to go for a second one, gets leg shotted by XP3, trade coming through, but at least it gives enough time for the teammates to rotate across. So here's that smoker connector, but already Rush is inside the site. He was spotted, though, by the unbreakable, or by the spammable wall, sorry. Shazam on the op, on that balcony, gets one. Rush still holding the back of the site. Shazam still holding with the AWP, so Dizzy's the last man standing. No time to work with. He's going to have to act quick or try to save his AK-47, but Rush is still up there. Was never stopped. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they got the smoke on the door to block off the connector rotation, but you gotta have that smoke on balcony as well. Otherwise, you're gonna have someone like Shazam with that ob who's gonna be able to watch you cross into the site. Unless you can just win a heads-up duel against him, he's gonna make you pay for it. Not only that, but just Rush being able to get into sight right in time. You know, after the initial defense started to fall apart with that's going down, he was able to rotate pretty quick as he is kind of the main rotator between the sites from the B side. You know, playing that drop-down room, you know, definitely did his job there. And now it's Winterfox back onto a saving situation yet again, short of some upgraded pistols. And Stanislaw getting a little bit pushy there at long A is going to be rewarded for it. Takes down Lex, gets an early man advantage here for OpTic. I mean, what started as a slow start for the green wall, they're standing tall again now. How many? We got to do a green wall count. Throw that out there.
So far 3. Desi traded out by Natfly after going for a nice pop flash for them to drop down and get the first kill. But better positioning there for OpTic Gaming. As the last 2 guys with Deagles, and I feel like it's rubbed off from Pitt now playing within IP just because he was so godly with that Deagle before.
Well, Anger's always liked to do it, so.
Yeah, but then because of that, they keep buying Deagle after Deagle, and again, I'm saying it only works like 20% of the time, and this is not good. It's a huge investment to have that Deagle coming through, and that's a lot of actually nades that can be purchased in the round after. But there you go. Anger proves me wrong. Gets that one shot onto Natfly. Inside drop. Will manage to salvage a gun out of that. And 40 seconds left on the clock. They still have some good control. And I think Davs has kept this MP9 for like 3 rounds so far. He's building up a lot of money for the team, going for drops as well.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that this round there's not going to be any investment from Winterfox, it's smart to keep the SMG in play so we can get that money bonus. That's what he's looking to do here. But Anger picked up an AK, and now we see Flosa getting a deep pick. So now the 2-on-2 is getting real dangerous. Stanislaw, though, coming up with the save, making the rotate happen. Going to get 3 kills on the round. That's now OpTic taking the lead 6-4. They've won the last 5 rounds in a row. Like I said, really making Winterfox suffer from losing that anti-eco there in round number 5. You know, resetting their money and just really putting it to good use. But Winterfox back up to a full purchase. We haven't really seen them do like a heavy B hit yet with like full nade sets and full rifles, which is like really common on this map. They've been more prone to just spread out just like this now and just look for picks. As the Flosic is going to be a bit quicker this time about trying to work up the long A, and he gets past Stanislaw's fire, but Stanislaw is aware and is able to back up.
Just in case it was a crossfire setup, Flosic's going to spam it out, so they managed to take a little bit more of this long A side, but they're still forcing a lot of defense towards B. As of course, Daps is there with Stanislaw, and Rush is the one that's playing drop zone, so he can rotate quick, and every time he's done so, he was able to hold out that A site quite easily for Shazam to meet up with him, so Winterfox has to get some big entries coming through, and getting these flashes and these smokes are giving a lot of their position away. But they have to try to get now the lurker is going to be the role of Desi for Winterfox, and he has to win these fights in the drop zone.
Yeah, Rush is waiting for him. He was spotted. Desi is going to go ahead and back off, trying to cause a disturbance, trying to backstab. It is going to be an A hit. That's the Stanislaw, though. Have a cross run the slope. They're giving up long A. But if they can win this initial duel on the mid slope, it'll certainly help them out. As Lex does begin to lead the charge here. Anger gets caught by Stanislaw. I think Daps was spotted as well by Anger, so they know what's up, which means they can get to the site for free. But Rush, he's at the balcony. Smokes aren't really working out. Stanislaw finds 2 kills, and they're just falling apart here on this execute. Only Flosic left now in a 1v3.
He gets one, and Shazam comes out as soon as the smoke dissipates there just by that wall at mid. And that is now going to be 7-4 with 6 unanswered rounds since that eco coming through. Well, I guess they won 1, lost 1, but they're looking good so far here for OpTic Gaming. After all, this is their map choice, and they've proven to be quite strong on this map as well. Who knows what Winterfox could actually come up with. I mean, they're always playing stronger on the weaker side for Winterfox, so maybe they could step it up on the CT side. But they're slowly dwindling down. They can't even win 1 versus 1 fights, actually, against OpTic Gaming so far. So it's really the CT side coming up strong.
Yeah, the counter to the meta, though, is Winterfox just relentlessly going, hey, they still haven't really tested the waters on a huge B hit, but they're just not able to get past Stanislaw and Daps. Maybe this time it's going to pan out. They do, in fact, trade more efficiently. They have a 4-on-3. They're going to get this bomb in, but Rush, again, he's rotated in time to prevent the plant.
There's 2. Looking for a 3rd one right now. With success. Looking for the quad as Desi's going to try to push through. At the APC, finally taken down, but quickly traded out by Natfly. And yeah, Rush with a 4K that round, even though close to an ace there as well. I mean, this guy's unstoppable in rotations.
Yeah, exactly. That's twice now that Rush has been able to rotate quickly enough to A to prevent, you know, Winterfox's initial entries on A from having really any meaning. Like, they're still not able to get into the site and get the bomb planted because Rush is right there to meet him. And Rush is definitely one of the guys I've kept an eye on. I mean, since 2013 to today, he's so evolved as a player. Like, he's so much better now. He's actually one of the best entry fraggers in A right now, to be honest with you. And he's certainly put in the work right now, rotating on this CT side. He's bailed his team out twice now to keep them way out ahead. And Winterfox, you know, starting to hit maximum lockdown, so they've already hit that. But that still means that their buys are a bit forced. Like, they're not full utility anymore. They're on Galil's now as well. They couldn't even get full gun rounds to work with, and now they're having to try to make things work with even less.
Yeah, 2 Galils, 3 AK-47s, only 1 smoke and 1 flash to work with right now with 10 seconds left on the clock. So look at how aggressively they're pushing. At least to get that trade. Stanislaus still up there. Flowsick stuck in the corner, and Flowsick wins that fight at least. And that's the A side open, but Rush is still going to be on a rotation. Can he hold it long enough? The bomb is down at mid still, so this is going to have to be huge right now for number 8 and number 7, which are Lex and Desi to win these fights. But they can't. Shazam is still going to work with the AWP. And then just like that, off that rotation again, they can't win that fight against Rush. So now Flowsick is stuck by himself, having 2 kills at the beginning of the round. Will have to try to ace to win this one, but with 38 seconds left on the clock, he will not be able to get things done. And actually, he's going to try to go for it, because they are on max bunny
Bunny loss?
Yeah, bunny loss.
Or are they like Elmer Fudd running around out there?
I guess so.
Losing
They're just
bunnies?
hopping around and losing money, exactly. But he manages to get 1 kill there, but that's going to end it. 2 versus 0 at the end, of course. So that is going to be 9-4 in this half so far. So like I said, bonus money loss. I think they're just going to keep buying maybe Deagles here.
Here's the question you have to ask, vansilli. How the hell are Winterfox ever going to win a round when they're able to like win the initial entries, get 5-on-3s that they still can't close?
That's the mistake that happened in the last round, though. By leaving that bomb down at mid instead of carrying it with the players, they're forcing one guy to fall back, so they have to hold angles where they just can't win these 1-versus-1 fights. They're winning fights when they're trading.
They did the hard part. They cracked open the site. They killed Stan and Dats for free. But they just couldn't get in there. Like, Rush already rotated. Shazam catches them trying to backstab drop down. Looks like they are going to pause the game. This round isn't going to count, so we're going to have to do some type of match medic here. Glad that it happened before the round even got played out, so it's like nothing happened, right? So this will give us a little bit extra time to kind of talk about what's going on, though. And so we'll kind of seize the opportunity, fill some time while we wait for the medic to take place. But yeah, it's like Winterfox occasionally is able to trade out better. Like they find Dats and Stanislaus. But like I said, they just can't capitalize on it. Rush is always there. Stanislaus is rotating well too.
Even there, I'm just going to stop you right now, because as we're going to wait for this match medic to happen, what we're going to do on our side, we're actually going to go for a full reboot on our stream. So our producer is actually going to reboot the stream, come back, and then while this match medic happens, we'll hop back into the game. So it's still 9-4 right now in favor of OpTic Gaming. We'll come back very soon with Dustin vansilli and MLG TV with the action, and hopefully it'll be better after that. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for your patience as we are back now in the server. We also have the match medic. We've changed server as well. We've rebooted the stream. Hopefully things are better for you guys now. As you can tell your friends and family to tune in onto MLG TV/play Sivo. It is 9-4 for OpTic Gaming versus Winterfox. This is the first map, best out of 3 for the last chance qualifier with vansilli and Dust Moret. We are now live here as we have resumed the matchup. So full gun round coming in for both teams. Galil across the board for Winterfox, with the exception of Flowsick with an AK-47. They do have utilities to work with, though. Lots of flashes, lots of smokes as well. But the first initial smoke comes in from OpTic Gaming to prevent them from getting anything done outside B.
And again, like we asked before, how is Winterfox going to win a round? Even on full purchases, they haven't been able to close out a round. Even with initial entries, they get caught by the rotate, and now they have to do more with less, right? I mean, they need to try to win out this half, and they're not going to have a whole lot of money to do it. As we do see them, once again, spread out default, but they seem to be gathering up for a B hit, which they've been favoring A pretty much the entire game. I've only seen them hit B maybe, this will be like the second or third time they've done it, so we'll see if it becomes a bit more fruitful for them as some counter flashes are coming in to slow it down, but here comes the hit now.
They keep getting shut down by Shazam, but he whiffs the first option, and that because of that space for the mistake, but that flies still across the board on the other side of the broken wall to drop the last 2 guys. or the first two guys who are trying to get entries, and that resets things right across. So Shazam's also still alive at the B bomb site, so this is going to be huge for them right now to hold that B. So this Winterfox decides to roll back towards his A side. Rush is already in there.
They have no idea if this guy's already inside the site, by the way. No clue Stanislaus there.
That's it. Flowstick last man standing. Loses the fight against Daps.
Yeah, they waited too long. Like, I mean, after Naf got those 2 kills on Anger and company coming out of long B, he was actually able to even, like, push up long B a little bit, and knew for sure no one else was there to hit that side of the map, which meant Stanislaus was able to get into the A site before anyone even made it up mid-slope. They actually had no idea Stanislaus crossed back into the site, and then everyone else rotated as well. So, I mean, if you're going to throw a fake like that, you got to be able to hit the other site before your opponent realizes you're not, you know, hitting B anymore. Just let them rotate too quick.
So the smokes comes in. We're wondering why OpTic Gaming is Canadian, because they do have Stanislaus, Shazam, and I think Nafly's Canadian as well. So
yep.
Sorry, Stanislaus, Nafly, and Daps, the majority of the Canadian roster for OpTic Gaming. As we are moving into the last round of the first half, the same buy coming in for Winterfox, buying whatever they can. So 4 Galils, 1 AK-47. If they want to try to work this B side, they have to shut down Shazam. Because of Nafly getting those first 2 kills, they can't actually run out right after, because from Shazam's position at the statue, he's just literally unstoppable. Even though he misses the first shot,
look at this
once he's reset after, it's just good. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Bottom fragger's 10, top fragger's 12. Everyone's is on point for OG right now. And here comes the B hit. Shazam going to lead with the op pick. They're going to keep trying to pour out here, but Naf's there to meet him. That's not looking good.
1 more remaining. It's going to be Flowstick 1 more time, and he loses it against Russia. We're going to end the first half 11-4 in favor of OpTic Gaming, which is actually very good for them to start with.
I mean, it was literally like this. Winterfox had a 4-1 lead, lost 1 anti-eco. OpTic proceeds to win 10 rounds in a row to close the half. That's pretty much the storyline. And again, I don't want to like beat down a dead horse, but we just talked about how Winterfox had some rounds where they had some entries, just couldn't get into the site fast enough before the rotate set in. It happened several times where like Rush or Stanislaus was able to cross back over into A and get position in the site and just not allow, I guess, Winterfox to exercise their advantage. A little bit too slow.
So we're going to go live right away here for the second half. We do have the roles switched around. Winterfox starting off on the CT side. OpTic Gaming now on T side. And we're going to have to try to shut out quite big for Winterfox for this pistol round. But yeah, for OpTic Gaming, we'll see what they're going to try to do on T side right now, is they're going to be looking to take control of drop and of mid as well. Look at this aggressive push, though, for Winterfox to start the round.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 guys pressed up inside the long A halls, just trying to see if they can't play a bit of a crossfire here up close. Meanwhile, leaving a little bit of a weaker defense at mid, of course, but they had that intel from kind of pushing up long A tons. I think there might have even been some fire exchange there. Flowstick actually gets taken down to 16 HP and is forced back. So OG kind of picking up on the aggression, dealing with it just fine. And now everything kind of shifts back into default as we kind of stabilize for a moment here as OpTic prepares whatever it is they're looking to accomplish with this pistol, as they still seem a bit spread out. Have a couple of guys drop down. Looks like they might want to split this A-bomb site.
Dropping into the drop zone are going to be OG, and they're held off by XP3. They're trying to go for this pin at the drop and also towards mid. Finally, Nafly opens things up towards the A site, but it is a 4 versus 2. You still have 1 inside this A bomb site, and that's going to be XP3 at 34 HP, though, and Flow6 at 16. So this could be huge for them. Gets the long-range headshot, and it's Shazam coming out towards the spammable wall. Still looking for Flowstick at the APC. 40 seconds left on the clock. They still have plenty of time to work with right now, and Nafly is about to catch one right off the rotation.
No.
Oh, he misses. He whiffs the shots, though, and finally wins it. And that turns things around into 2 versus 1, because they also drop Flowstick towards the A bomb site. So Legs forced to play for that cross. They're both going for the double peek now, and Nafly wins it. They lose a 4 versus 2.
I mean, Winterfox has done this time and time again, though. This is like literally the story of this team for the last few months, is like even when they have rounds where they get an advantage, they just choke it out, man. Like XP3 literally just played that to perfection. That was an intended A split through drop and mid slope and long A halls that XP3 completely shut down single-handedly by killing both of the drop players. I mean, but then, to be fair, though, Shazam hit like the most ridiculous one-tap block shot at distance I've probably seen in a while. That was pretty
thankfully, XP3 only had 37 HP too. Nova coming in though for Nafly. Aggressive push inside B. Nice Shutter Flash to give a chance for Dabs to move in and get the kill onto Lex, opening things up. Nafly getting some money with that Nova. Anger trying to go for a second kill there onto Rush, puts him down to 19 HP, but that's going to be it. Nova's picked up. We're going to try to look for exits here with Flowsick and XP3, the last two remaining in it. As this round is about to end in favor of OpTic Gaming, I think what we could say about the pistol round is that they played it so slow for OpTic Gaming, forcing right now Winterfox to always go for these peaks, trying to rotate across, trying to peek too far, and then they just catch him off guard. This is the only tricky part there for Winterfox.
And again, though, I do want to point out that Shazam hit some pretty sick shots with the Glock there that you just don't usually see happening. So, I mean, that was a little bit unlucky for Winterfox as well. But again, it might have been unlucky in that case if Shazam hit some nice shots, but it's true that throughout this entire game, Winterfox has thrown away a lot of rounds where they had like a 1 or 2 man advantage and just couldn't close it out. And if you do that enough times, you're not going to be able to win, man. Like you gotta win the rounds that you're gifted, so to speak. You know, the rounds that you put yourself in a winning spot. You gotta close those. You know, otherwise you're gonna get swamped. And OpTic is a good enough team to punish you when you make those types of mistakes.
Now they're pretty much close to losing this first map because they're forced on this pistol by only. So this is looking to be OG's map to win. Nice dink coming through, openings coming across as well. Trade set up, a miss by Desi, and because of that, Rush capitalizes on the kill. You can see them. Stanislav is just like 3 times gets caught with the smoke in his hands, and he's still alive somehow. And just that, like that, bomb is planted. 1 more remaining. It's going to be Anger with the 5-7 inside drop, and coming through, chased down, by Shazam, and it's going to be 14-4, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Winterfox is going to have one last opportunity to make a stand in this game. That's this opening gun round with all the rifles. Now, OpTic, they are a team that is kind of follows along the meta of the map. They love those long B executes with Rush and Stanislaw and company pouring out long B while Math kind of covers the drop down zone. But they also do like their default spread, similar to what you saw from Winterfox. And that's how they're going to open this game. They're going to kind of spread out a bit. They do have Stanislaw over towards B with Daps. But the rest of these guys are looking to take control of the long A-halls and get control of the mid-room. They've actually recycled 2 of their SMGs, so they haven't even upgraded. Looking to see if they can, you know, just kind of be a little bit more greedy with the economy.
Well, Flowsick has to come up big now. Was looking for some information, but thankfully for him, and smart to move actually, as he saw nobody push up towards long A, decides to fall back and play a lot more passively with XP3 as well. Started holding back towards the spammable wall and also towards that mid connector to overlook down towards that mid. Meanwhile, the rest, we have that Mac 10 coming in from Daps one more time, catches Anger, down to 84 HP, but still not committed there. So they're really catching Winterfox onto this white peak mistake that they keep doing, and this is what basically opens it up right now for OpTic Gaming so far in this T side.
And they have Flowstick boosted, which might catch OpTic off guard a slight bit. It's not like one of the most common spots you would check as you swing out, so maybe that'll play a factor in this. But the bomb is actually drifting slowly towards B. I wonder if they're going to throw like a fake at A-Halls to hold those guys in position and then just try to slide out B. But they've maintained pressure throughout the entire map for the most part, doing a lot of damage. But Anger going to be able to get a kill. Daps trades it. And this bomb is going to come into the B bomb site now, but it's a good hold from Winterfox.
Desi's still holding it through the smoke. It was going to be Daps trying to push across, but does not work. So Lex is going to fall back inside the site. He's at a 2 HP, so this is actually looking quite good for Winterfox, wanting to maybe turn things around. Shazam trying to open things up, but that is going to be it. 8 seconds left on the clock at this point. Daps looking to save his gun, or looking for a plant, at least for some money. 3 seconds left, fake plant, and that's going to be it. The round's going to come in for Winterfox, and they're going to push out. Actually, they are going to try to go on the hunt to keep XP3, or should keep Daps broke, sorry. And he manages to salvage the M4 still.
Yeah, I mean, I think with OpTic, if you're going to recycle 2 SMGs like that, I think you just have to do a more aggressive play, like get in people's faces and drop down in a long B and put those SMGs to use. If you're going to try to do a default spread with those, it's going to be a bit more difficult to make them work. But again, it doesn't really matter, right? They had like still a 9-round lead right now. They have plenty of cushion. They don't have any pressure on them right now. They're still looking like they could comfortably skate to an easy win here, as long as they don't, you know, slip up. As we are into the next gun round here. This time OpTic is fully decked out across the board. Again, opening pretty default. Shazam working the mid with the AWP. No one's going to be there to duel him, as XP3 is going to be on an M4. Stanislaw looking to put some pressure here on the mid room. So again, they're just trying to get some map control. Try to get control of A-Halls. Force them to respect the pressure and not over-rotate before they go into their execute.
So Winterfox is going to try to lurk up towards long A. One guy spotted here outside B, so that fight wins that fight against Desi. So that's going to keep Winterfox on their toes and also prevent him from going for big rotates across. So they're stuck on a 2-2, which gives a lot of map control right now for OpTic Gaming, who decides to fall back towards his drop area, because as they weaken down towards B, they know that they only have one guy playing drop, one guy playing B, so this could be huge. They're forcing back a rotation, though, playing a little bit too slow, so Flowstick's already there to support Anger, or should I say Lex, inside the drop.
But at worst, they still have a 5-on-3 here in this
Yes.
execute, so it's still okay. They're going to go ahead and start putting some nades in, but Stanislaw gets caught by Flowstick. Anger, meanwhile, playing inside the chicken coop, still undetected. He's able to get a couple of frags. Flowstick able to play this broken wall. He's putting some work in as well. And so it is a 2v3 here in favor of Winterfox. But man, just as soon as I say that, OG jump in and do work. And there it is, map point for OpTic, 15-5. Money reset for Winterfox. It can't be much worse than this. It's like a nightmare for Winterfox that they're trying to wake up from. They thought they had a good game going for themselves after the first 5 rounds of the match passed. They then proceeded to lose 10 in a row. And actually 13 rounds in a row if you count from the first half to now. So this is not looking good.
And it's just two unfortunate sprays for Winterfox. I mean, Dabs was down 2 HP when it was still alive. Shazam was actually had the full back, half back of himself exposed by Flowstick, who couldn't capitalize with the spray after getting that first kill by that box on that platformer B. And because of that, it still came down to a 3 versus 2. Could have been a 2 versus 1 for Winterfox should they capitalize on the sprays that they're trying to execute against Dabs and Shazam.
So this map may be over here pretty soon unless a miracle happens here for Winterfox. We're still pretty early in the round here. Still yet for any duels to take place, but now Stanislaw going to go solo inside the mid slope. Actually loses. No one there to trade, so XP3 picks up a free kill. Gonna get chased back. I don't even think he is able to collect that gun, actually. But Desi's also found a pick here with the Deagle, so OpTic all of a sudden starting to crumble a little bit here. But Rush will trade out, and now they start pushing out B.
Yeah, thank you, CZ, there for XP3 to save them with that rapid fire to get that kill. But they have opened up towards that B bomb site, and slowly they're closing in for OpTic Gaming. They've cleared out towards the statue area. Lex has to come to work. Will do so. Punches in. Gets a second one. Well, actually taps the second one down to 76, but XP3 is still very low. So still a very winnable round right now for OpTic Gaming. If Shazam lands this shot, does not. And that turns things back around for Winterfox. And they also salvage in the AWP for XP3.
And an M4 as well there, or excuse me, an AK from Lex. So they get quite a few guns for free, which is going to certainly help them out as their economy is still on the rocks. But at this point, they have to win out, so it's not really as much of a factor. OpTic Gaming, in the meantime, we'll get a full purchase here, but a loss would lead to another save, which means Winterfox could maybe make even more of a climb towards closing the gap on this scoreboard. But OG certainly still pose a big threat here in this round. They are gearing up for what looks to be one of their more classic, just heavy B executes. As you see them lining up here at the long B platform. That's covering drop. Looks like they're just going to try to smash in here.
Yeah, there's that flash through that smoke. Shazam's going to try to run across, and he runs into the wall. But because of that, Lex is up with a tree, gets a double kill, and Desi with support gets another one himself, and a trip kill by Lex. And again, just because he ran inside that wall, Lex was able to just line up 2 quite easily there, and they live to fight another round.
That, and I mean, I think that boost just caught a Winterfox off guard a little bit. I mean, the tree boost is somewhat common, but still the first time you see it, maybe you're not expecting it. Especially hasn't been used once this entire game until just now. So, good play there from Winterfox, catching OpTic, and now OpTic are going to have to go on a P250 buy here. So this should be an easy win for Winterfox to get to round number 8 before they need to deal with the guns again from OpTic. But we've seen Winterfox struggle with these.
They're looking to overpower Flowstick, and again, he gets caught with the smoke in his hand. This is crazy. Just keep your gun out, guys. Come on, please. XP3, one-off shot. Now they're pushing through. They do have an M4 that they can move in as well. Dabs does have the P250. Anger playing first connector, but Dabs goes for the YP, gets the kill. Is going to try to do the same thing against XP3. Saves and stays alive with that CZ, but Stanislaw, 2 versus 1, has that M4, and he could get it done.
Wow.
Makes it a 1 versus 1, because again, it's going to be those 1 versus 1 peaks. So Desi's the last man standing, full arsenal, at least on the belt. And Stanislaw is going to decide to fall back, but the bomb is down, so advantage comes in for Desi. But again, Stanislaw is the type of player that could clutch this. He's got 3 kills so far, looking to clutch a 1 versus 1 for 4K to end the map.
And he has a minute to mess with you. But he's in a good spot here.
This is going to be pressure on for Desi right now, but he's the type of player that could stay cool. He does have the bomb in his sight, but he decides to walk away because of that 1 minute you called Dust. He's thinking that he could go all the way around back towards that drop area, so Desi decides to play it more passively and possibly let Stan pick up the bomb and go for the plant. And because of that, the advantage comes back in favor of Stanislaw. So here's going to be that bomb plant coming through, and Stanislaw is in an even better position.
All down to the aim duel now. Desi does slide out. Stanislaw didn't see it. Now he's going to get spammed through the wall. So good catch there from Desi to be able to use that to win the round. But again, that's really scary. Winterfox, full guns up against just P250. So literally, it was just a $1,500 total investment from OpTic, and they get into a 1v1 and get a bomb plant. That's just insane.
Yep. And a lot of economy dealt, but at least they picked up a few from the last few rounds for Winterfox, winning 3 in a row now. They have enough to go for a full buy this round here. They are still going to go for a 1-op setup as well for the CT side. But this is going to be the point where they can't lose players to avoid any drops, any low drops for their team.
Yeah, again, I mean, their back's up against the wall. They have to win out, so money isn't as much of a factor, but it still may cause you to, like, have to rebuy low into another round if you play around close, like that one, for instance. Had enough money banked up to get full rifles, but they're a little bit lacking on utility, but enough to still pose a good defense, as it looks like OpTic are, again, looking to try to get out long B. Last time they got stuffed by a boost from Lex on the tree. This time that won't be a factor. We'll see if it pans out better this time, as OpTic are looking to close this map and move on to the second, which will be Dust 2. Well, excuse me, not Dust 2. I'm sorry. I don't know what
Inferno,
I'm thinking.
yeah.
Inferno, with an advantage.
They're trying to go aggressively right now with the drop, getting a smoke a lot deeper on the top platform as well, but they've wasted a lot of utilities for Winterfox, so they have to be on point with the entries being executed by OpTic Gaming right now. They spot the first one, Stanislaw entry, second one. B side is now open, but the quick rotation is already through from Winterfox's side. Great smokes actually to cover the whole wall. It's actually not a green wall, it's a smoke wall. Nav actually on the flank getting to, and this is going to be it. Daps gets the last kill, and we're ending this first map 16-8 for OpTic Gaming in favor of against Winterfox.
I mean, the crazy thing about that is like Winterfox actually put down some nice like counter incendiaries on long B to slow down the attack, which meant that they actually got a full rotate. I think all 5 players from Winterfox were actually in the B bomb side area when the hit came in, but that was just pure brute force from OpTic. I mean, Stanislaw gets in there, gets 2 entries, smokes are up, bomb goes down, and I mean, that's just easy pickings at that point. You got to hit those kills on those first guys coming out, or at least trade somewhat efficiently, give your team a chance, but they just got blindsided there from the frags of Stanislaw, and that's all she wrote. In a game that looked decent for Winterfox when it first started, it quickly kind of spiraled out of control there. I mean, you look at round number 6 forward, and it was just the OpTic show.
Yeah, definitely. You're looking back at the roster, and should I say the scores for OpTic Gaming. You mentioned it. It was quite even in terms of the amount of frags that they had. I think from that pause, the lowest fragger had 10, the highest fragger had 13 or 12. So they were all playing their ports towards the CT side. And this still transferred across towards T side as well, where you actually had Daps, Naf, and Shazam ending it up at 22 kills, 20 for Shazam, and Stanislaw and Rush. I mean, my dog agrees with me that they've just been on point with the way they've been playing so far.
Yeah, it's crazy that the outlier is actually Rush at 14 and 16. He's the one that had like a little bit of a tougher time, though he was still huge on CT sides. Like he had some, like even though he's the bottom fragger -2, like a couple of those rounds where he defended the A bomb site, those were critical rounds to win. Like they were pretty early on in like OpTic's comeback in the first half. So still really put up numbers. Even Dats is putting up 22 kills. As a guy who like catches a lot of flack for not fragging hard. Dude dropped like almost 110 ADR and was the top fragger on his team. So I mean, there you go. That's a good day for the in-game leader for OpTic. And as we noted, Nast, Stanislaw, Shazam, I mean, the frag spread there is only 3 kills apart between those 4 guys. So really, really tight frag distribution. Really good performance from the entire OpTic team. I mean, just really turned it on that CT side there in the middle of the first half and just never really looked back. You know, closes that game out in a pretty dominant fashion. And so they will move on to map number 2, which is Inferno. Inferno was, in fact, Winterfox's pick. Which means that it will be OpTic who can get that CT side first. And again, they're very successful on their CT side. They got 9 rounds against Fnatic at Season 2 of the EPL, even beat Liquid. They've looked good in the NA scene online on Inferno. They have a good lineup for this, and so this could quickly become a fast 2-0 unless Winterfox can come up with something crazy on their T-side Inferno here soon.
Yeah, so we'll wait and see what's going to happen in the second map. They're actually getting ready to move into Inferno. So before we get into that, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, it's going to be OpTic Gaming versus Winterfox. OpTic Gaming looking to move on against Games Academy in the grand finals tonight. If not, we move on to a third map, which would be played on Train? I forgot.
Yes.
Cash. There you go. And then we'll soon see what's going to happen with that, but we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back here on MLG TV.